Today we're talking about Lewis Hamilton and if he still has a chance after these first 4 races to win the Drivers' Championship. Let's hop right into it. What's going on, everyone? F1 Pit Stop here. We are so close to 100,000 subscribers. If you wouldn't mind, let's get to that goal because of this video. So Lewis Hamilton, I think you have to break it up into 2 points. The old Lewis Hamilton and then the current year 2022 Lewis Hamilton. You know, looking at the old Lewis Hamilton, in the past, you know, he's the joint record holder of 7 Drivers' Championships, tied with Michael Schumacher, of course. He holds the record for the most wins, 103. He holds the record for the most pole positions, 103. And then when you talk about podium finishes, he also holds the record with 183. There's no doubt that this guy, Lewis Hamilton, is a phenomenal driver when he has a phenomenal car by his side. And I think that's what everyone's realizing coming into 2022, when a driver who is at a great level has a terrible, not even that the Mercedes is that terrible, but when they have a car that doesn't meet their driving ability, you know, it's up to the driver to get the maximum out of the car, which I think we've seen from George Russell this season. Originally, I think everyone thought George Russell would struggle and Lewis Hamilton would kind of be guiding him along, but really it seems like that's not the case. Taking a look at Lewis Hamilton's finishes this season in Bahrain, he was on the podium, came in 3rd, gained himself 15 points. Saudi Arabia, 10th, only 1 point. That's the famous line from him. Are there even any points for this position? Australia, 4th. Again, that's a decent finish with their car. The Mercedes this year it's no shocker that it's not up to the standard of the Red Bull and of the Ferrari. And then you had the most recent race, Imola, 13th. I mean, you can see how he bounces 3rd, 10th, 4th, 13th. It's just, there needs to be consistency. You know, even after this race, you heard Toto apologizing to Lewis Hamilton for the car being undrivable. Meanwhile, you know, Russell was able to do some pretty amazing things with it. Now, Russell, you know, he got a better start. It so happened he was ahead of the whole Sainz-Ricciardo incident, but you know, that's still up to the driver to be able to navigate those situations, get a good start, and really maximize the most out of the car. I don't think it's shocking or controversial or a hot take to say that if things keep going how they do and the inconsistency with Lewis Hamilton, he has no chance at the Drivers' Championship. Now look, 2 out of the 2 races, 3rd and 4th, those are great races. If he can continue that consistency, his name is at least in the running. But when you throw in the 10th place and the 13th place in there, then that's just how it's going to be. I really hope the best for Lewis Hamilton. I really wanted him to get the Drivers' Championship compared to Max last year. It just didn't happen. You know, I want him to do so well. I want him to do better than George Russell, if nothing else. But you know, I think it's a lot of other drivers are coming up and Lewis Hamilton might be a thing of the past. You know, he did recently say, and I quote, "I'll decide when my masterpiece is finished." You're right, I get that. And if he wants to continue driving, you know, beyond this year, I can't imagine he's gonna wanna be in a car that's worse than they have now. You know, you wanna finish your masterpiece on a high, but if he continues with Mercedes and they can't get their act together, you know, he's gonna be reminded as someone who stayed past their prime. You could kind of say like Vettel is right now, although he's in an Aston Martin and he's actually got some points, which is pretty amazing for being in that car. So shout out to Vettel. Didn't mean to disrespect him. When it comes down to it, huge fan of Lewis Hamilton. I think he can do amazing things in this car. He just needs that consistency. The qualifyings is what's gonna make or break him. It's shown that if he starts towards the back of the grid, he can't really make it up. But if he starts towards the front of the grid, he has a good shot. Let me know what you think. Let me know if Hamilton is in the running at all. I know there's Hamilton's a love-hate figure, so let me know what you think. Let me know how Mercedes is gonna do. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.